Remember Neckos, Space Food Sticks, Pez, and more? Step into our Wayback Machine as we revisit sweet treats and crispy snacks that fueled baby boomers back in the 1950s and 1960s. From candies you popped to sodas that fizzed, it's a nostalgia trip for enduring classics. And some gone but not forgotten retro bites. Back in the 1950s and 1960s, baby boomers had some favorite snacks that bring back nostalgic memories. On the candy front, Neckos were a hit. These small chalky wafers came tightly packed in a paper roll and were loved for their bold colors and flavors like lemon, lime, orange, clove, and the classic licorice. Part of the fun with Neckos was biting into the roll and getting a surprise assortment. Neckos are still sold today, though the packaging has changed over the years. Another old-time candy favorite was button candy. Those little dots of hardened sugar on paper that peeled off and melted in your mouth. Candy buttons often came in vibrant colors and fun flavors like cherry, grape, orange, and root beer. Watching the candy piece slowly dissolve was entertainment in itself. Candy buttons remain popular and easy to find. In the crunchy snack aisle, Bugles began as a hit snack in the 1960s. These crunchy corn snacks were fun finger foods shaped like little cornucopia horns. Kids enjoyed sticking on each fingertip. Though still around today, original barbecue flavor Bugles have been discontinued despite petitions from fans longing for their return. Space Food Sticks were extruded snacks capitalizing on the fascination with space travel in the 1960s. These futuristic snacks were like crunchy, powdery, fruit-flavored sticks resembling a ruler. While Space Food Sticks orbited store shelves into the late 1990s, fans eventually had to bid Major Astro and Commander Comet adieu. The name Pez is an abbreviation of Pfefferminzee, German for peppermint. The original product was a round peppermint lozenge called Pez Drops. Over time, a new manufacturing process evolved and the hard-pressed brick shape known today was created. Pez dispensers were also adored by kids in the 1950s and 60s. The iconic brick shape with sweet chalk-like candies topping off favorite character heads was always a thrill. Scanning the toy aisle for the latest Disney or comic character was part of the fun. Pez comes in fruit flavors like cherry, lemon, orange, and grape, and the candy and dispensers endure as popular treats. Candy cigarettes were a controversial item that presented white powdery candy sticks in packaging mimicking real cigarette packs, like Winston or Marlboro. With concerns about promoting smoking to kids, they were phased out in the 1970s. Fizzies were another 1960s sensation. With effervescent tablets, kids dropped into water to create flavored fizzy drinks. Popular flavors included orange, cherry, grape, and lemon lime. Though the ability to make your own soda was novel when introduced, Fizzies eventually went flat by the early 1970s. When it came to salty, crunchy snack foods, chips were a favorite among boomers in their early years. Potato chips ruled the roost, with Wise launching their brand in the mid-1950s, and brands like Lay's and Ruffles becoming household names later that decade. Potato chips came in no-frills packaging, usually with the iconic clear or yellowish bags featuring the chips floating in grease. Early variety focused on plain salted or barbecue flavors. Corn chips also took off in the 1950s and 1960s thanks to brands like Fritos and Doritos. Crunchy Fritos corn chips delivered a satisfying, salty fried corn flavor and were perfect for dipping in snacks. Doritos hit the scene later in the 1960s, bringing cheddar cheese and taco-flavored corn chips to the masses. The cheesy orange powder on fingers was a trademark of munching this neon orange snack. Cheetos emerged as a variation on the cheese-dusted corn snack theme in the early 1960s too. Unlike the corn chip base of Doritos, Cheetos used a puffed snack base and that fluorescent artificial cheese coating fans loved to lick off their fingers. Fritos, Doritos, and Cheetos have stood the test of time to remain snack aisle staples decades later. Chips became a default snack food during this era. crinkly foil bags tucked in lunchboxes or grabbed for after-school snacks and weekends chilling out watching cartoons. Brands focusing on potato chips, corn chips, and cheesy snacks carved out their niche that still satisfies fans today, looking for crispy, salty, crunchy flavor. When it came to chocolate, arguably the most beloved chocolate candy for boomers back then was M&M's. That crunchy candy shell surrounding the melt-in-your-mouth chocolate was always a hit, whether plain or peanut. And of course, the signature colorful candies lent themselves to the catchphrase, "melts in your mouth, not in your hand." Red, yellow, green, or brown, M&M's were the perfect movie snack. They remain iconic today. A few other sweet treats also spotted the landscape of boomer kid snacks and candy. Wax soda bottles were a whimsical candy filled with sweet, colorful syrup you sucked out through the bottleneck. Candy dots were teeny dots of powdery candy that melted instantly on your tongue. Candy necklaces had small, hard candy pieces, strung together on an elastic string so kids could nibble on candy as jewelry. While not as commercially prominent today, these novelty candies are still around in stores or online for some nostalgic snacking. Finally, no discussion of boomer snack nostalgia would be complete without mentioning Pop Rocks. These crunchy candies crackled and popped with built-in carbonation. Urban legends even questioned if they were dangerous. Though temporarily pulled from shelves, Pop Rocks were reintroduced in the 70s due to public demand. However, early formula Pop Rocks are a relic of the past. So while lots of snacks had staying power decade after decade, some 1960s novelties slowly fizzled out over time, like their sweet carbonated properties. But they bring a smile and sparkly memories for boomers who got to enjoy them in their early days. Those were some fizzy flashes of the past. As always, thank you for watching.